Parking Division, Colton, California. We love you, baby. Safety begins here. Once you pass through these gates, get in the safety environment. This is the parking lot where we always start our day. Be it at 7 a.m., 3 p.m., or 11 p.m. This is where we came to make our living. There's the front office. And a picture of the building. We all knew it. And we all remember it. The one-time mighty Weyerhaeuser corrugated producing plant. Here we're riding up to the employee entrance and looking down the hallway there to the front doors. There's one of the corrugated people. As we walk in, we get noisy. Here we have a picture of our front entrance bulletin board. We all once knew it. Into the blue painted area, you notice it gets a lot louder. Excuse me. There's the infamous time clock, which usually was our friend but sometimes became our enemy when you were late. By the way, that person that so rudely got in the way was Cedric. Good guy, Cedric. There's the VIP room. Just take a short look at some of the things that we were familiar with here in Colton. Now we are here inside the lunch area, the one we are also familiar with. And there are our vending machines, our eating area. We all spent money here, and a few of us, believe it or not, made money here, like Jimmy Reese with his bucket of aluminum cans which he collected, and I'm sure he's going to retire off of. Just kidding, Jimmy. There he is again, Cedric, who so boldly entered the picture. There he goes, hard at work. Good man, Cedric. Good job. Good. So let's take one more look at the front entrance way, and then we headed on in that direction over into the corrugated area where the whole process of manufacturing corrugated board begins. There was our safety ship that actually never stood afloat because of the reason of our closure. Some of our safety flags which we received with each 6 months passing of no lost time accidents. So we'll walk back out the entranceway, but before we do, let's take a rare look into the women's restroom. You got it? Yeah, look at that. all you women that remember this place, this was their lunchroom and the restroom, and this is how it looked. And for all those of you men who never looked in here, well, here is your first and maybe final peek. So this is where it all starts, the process of manufacturing corrugated board. This is our machine at work, corrugator. You can see it's pretty long. Total length takes the whole width of the building. Then we have Henry Razzo, brings in the rolls of paper, starts the whole process of making corrugated board. Rolls of liner board come in different weights according to what is needed. We have a Weyerhaeuser employee and sold hard at work. Then we have Henry Razzo, dedicated worker for Weyerhaeuser and making it the best it can possibly be. Then we have a suitor who is known as the gesture of Weyerhaeuser. There he made a little gesture towards the camera and continued to do so. So here's the beginning. Here's a look at the bridge. Some of the preconditioners, preheaters, deep groove, which actually makes the corrugation on the board of the medium right on down the line. There's Umberto Umbi. Sometimes call him here. Dedicated worker for Weyerhaeuser. He made it the best it could be. There he goes. Umbi! Go! That's it. Okay. Here we have Anton hard at work, setting up the splicer for the next cut of paper. Another dedicated worker for Weyerhaeuser. And how many years you got here, Anton? 14 years. Dedicated to Weyerhaeuser, making sure everything runs smoothly. He's also a Raider fan. Roberto, ¿cuántos años tienes aquí con Weyerhaeuser? ¿Cuántos años tienes con Weyerhaeuser? Años trabajando. 34 years working for Weyerhaeuser, dedicated to production of corrugated board. There he goes. Good guy. Here we're taking a look at the roll stock room, where at this point we're packed full of rolls, which are used in the manufacturing of the board and boxes. Here we have Henry Razzo speeding around the corner. Let's follow him and see what his job consists of. As you can see, we are full of paper and paper stock. Quite full around this area, and the aisles are kind of narrow. Take a look at him coming back. Hey Henry! Hey, how many years you got working for Weyerhaeuser? 22 years, another dedicated Weyerhaeuser worker. That's kind of the attitude we all have now, but still going strong, even though we know the end is near. So let's drive back up. There we have Trini Macias, who is working as the Jake today. Hey Trini! well filled. He's still working today knowing that the end is near, still dedicated to keeping Weyerhaeuser clean till the end. Dedicated Weyerhaeuser worker. Now we drive up to Lalo. Hey Lalo, how many years you got working for Weyerhaeuser? 34 dedicated years to the production of 34 and a half. Look at that. He knows he's working a half a year. Still working strong. Why don't we drive up here and see exactly what Lalo did? He worked in this back area, which is considered the baling area, made bales out of the board that was not to be used or contaminated in one way or another. There we have his hogger, and he's going over to the bale room. We'll get back to this later. Let's continue with the manufacturing process. So we're going through this area. That marker up there indicates the speed of the paper, which right now is moving at 372 feet per minute. And this is our gluing area. Paper comes through here. It's impregnated with wax. Excuse me, starch. Then we'll run through the whole hot and cold area. Double backer. The board is actually sandwiched through these belts here, which first glue it together, then cool it down before it goes into the knife section. There's the knife section where the board is cut up into different widths and lengths in order to make the finished product of boxes. And here we have Harold Lewis and Regal. How's it going, Harold?
Howdy, hell of a lot here.
Hey, Harold, how many years you got here with Weyerhaeuser? 37 hard-working years this man has put in with Weyerhaeuser.
38 years right now.
38. Still working to the very end, dedicated as always. Here we have... What's that?
I'm working to the end. When they shut the door.
That's it.
I'll be here and help put the lock on.
He was here when it all began. He'll be here when it's all over.
Hopefully so.
There we have Rigo, who is the knife man. You the knife man today, Rigo? Knife man? He's the knife man. How many years you got here, Rigo? 20 hard-working years here at Weyerhaeuser, producing corrugated boards. He'll be here to the very end also. There we have some of the monitors. There we have Fred Salcedo helping out with the process. Let's look at the knife section. There's the actual knife. You can see it's coming around the bottom, cutting the board. And it comes out of the delivery section, right there. Goes up the stacker on the delivery belt. Stacks the board, stacks. Be taken over to the finishing process on some of the finishing machines. Now we'll get another angle of the stacker and the board coming off the corrugator. There we got James Barajas working hard and doing his job. Inspecting the board, making sure everything looks good and straight in order to go in the automatic feeders of the finishing machines. Hey James, how many years you got here at Weyerhaeuser?
Close to 6 years.
6 years at Weyerhaeuser.
Yeah.
Working hard, dedicated as all the rest of us.
Dedicated to this place.
Been here day in and day out.
Also looking forward to getting out of here.
That's kind of the feeling that's going on.
Tomorrow's my last day here.
Tomorrow's his last day, so this will be documented well. He's getting off the sinking ship, so I guess he feels a little relieved to know he's getting off.
Yep.
That's sad to say, but we all feel that way. It's like being on a ship that's going down. There's nothing you can do about it, except work till the last day, do the best you can, and hope for the best. From here, the board goes in the holding area until it is ready to be used up big pops, which is being dismantled at this time. Great machine. Put out a lot of boxes and sheets, but it's being dismantled to be taken over to Weyerhaeuser, Anaheim. We'll take a quick look at it. For those of you that used to work on this machine, that was the platform which fed the paper in. Paper went through the print sections. There used to be a conveyor here. It moved up the conveyor.
I'll turn it down.
No, come on, just turn it up. My battery's gonna go low. It's almost out. Out of the back. All the platforms are gone, the electrical boxes, and that's about all that's left. There's Jake and a picture of a man in the foreground who was working at dismantling the machine. There's Jake Gavicio, or Mr. Clean of Weyerhaeuser. There's Jake again. Finally got to stop him. Hey Jake, how many years you got here at Weyerhaeuser? 31 years, buddy. 21 hard-working years at Weyerhaeuser. Right on. There he goes. Mr. Clean at Weyerhaeuser. There's some more of the... So let's take a wider view. There's Robert Cross, a.k.a. Cracky. He's working hard today, too. There he is. Let's go interview Cracky for a short while. Hey, Cracky, how many years you got here at Weyerhaeuser? 35 hard-working years. Were you here when the plant opened up? No? Well, darn near to it. What are you going to do now that Weyerhaeuser's shutting the doors? Work for the government.
All right, Cracky, talk to you later. Here we have another finishing machine. Bob? Working hard. There's a good look at it. Here we're taking a picture of Tom Pacheco. I would have waited until we got over to his machine, but
Number one team.
his machine's been taken out and already shipped to Anaheim.
There's Victor Lopez right there.
But he's still working hard.
final days. Hey Tom, how many years you got here at Weyerhaeuser?
36.
36 hard-working years.
36 hard-working years.
And he outlasted his machine, which was taken away.
There's about 3 guys ahead of me yet. I'll never catch them. Never catch them.
Still working hard.
Working hard.
Over here around the corner, back to the Bob. See if we get a few words in with Richard Lopez. There he is, still working. I seen him a few minutes ago. Kind of noisy in this area, so you gotta talk kind of loud. There's Richard Lopez. Hey Richard, how many years you got here at Weyerhaeuser?
13 years.
13? 13 years, most of it spent on this machine, working hard, here every day. I'm sure he's in the credit. He has credits in the occurrence system at Weyerhaeuser. Man is here every day, working hard. Be here to the very end. What are you gonna do now that Weyerhaeuser's closing down? Rich? What's your plans for the future now that Weyerhaeuser Colton's closing the doors?
Another job.
Look for another job. So, there's a stacker area of the rotary. And there's Stuart Aaron, which, by the way, owns this camera that we are taking the pictures with. Working hard for Colabo. Hey, Stu, how many years you got here at Weyerhaeuser?
10. The plastic?
You've got 8 hard-working years.
10.
Oh, that was 10. Still working hard to the very end. One of the prettiest spaces we have here at Weyerhaeuser. And one of the best, need I say any more? Hey Sue, I have one more question for you.
Oh, should we take in the boxes and have to go down?
Well, there she is as usual, screwing me out. Let her do her job. Hey, what are your plans for the future now that Weyerhaeuser's closing the doors here at Colton? You have no plans. With a face like that, I guess you don't need any. Let's move on. Yeah, I'm trying to make you dizzy there. Coming across the laminator, and the operator of the laminator this week is Taco. There's Taco. There's Taco, who looks pretty good today. Although sometimes he does, being that he is a single man, parties late, drinks hard, and sometimes when he comes in, he tells me it feels like he's, here we go, upside down, yeah. Right side up? Okay. For the time being, he's upside down. And I guess sometimes you can come in and you feel like you're standing on your side. But today he looks pretty good, and he's doing right side up. Just a joke, Taco. This is the process that the paper goes through here at the laminator. Hey, Taco, how many years you got here at Weyerhaeuser? 18 hard-working years. What are your plans for the future now that Weyerhaeuser Colton's closing the doors? That's it. That's the way to go. So let's move on down the process. Get over here. Here's where the board moves on down. It is laminated at this point. The rail section moves the board folds the board, applies the adhesive, glues it, then goes in the compression section. Once it goes through the compression section, the board moves up the belt into the stacking area where the board is stacked into bundles, or tiers I should say. Then it moves into another compression section which helps laminate the board together around the horseshoe conveyor, free rolling at that point, comes down here and ends up there where we have Jerry Weyerhaeuser, who's sailing out today. And we have Jerry working hard, keeping busy. Hey Jerry, how many years do you have working here at Weyerhaeuser? 21 years. He is also a long distance runner. He has his extracurricular activity. He has come in, ran the LA Marathon, and keeps fit that way. Jerry, one more question. What are your plans for yourself now that Weyerhaeuser Colton is closing the doors?
I'll follow it to Anaheim.
He's going to Anaheim. After the paper board has been bundled up, it is topped off and sent down the conveyor to be strapped at the unitizer. There's Taco, the operator, inspecting his board. And here we have Cecil, who you can see spends a lot of time at the Fudge Cocktail Lounge. He's working over at the laminator today because him, just like Tom Pacheco, has had his machine removed and sent to Anaheim. Hey Cecil, how many years do you have at Weyerhaeuser? 11 years.
Yeah, Sue, I still want the body.
And he said, tell Sue he still wants her body, like most of us here. What are your plans for the future now that Weyerhaeuser Colton is closing the doors? Cop. He's going to become a cop. And what he said once he becomes a cop, he won't spend as much time at Fudge, he'll be at Winchell's. So let's move on. And we have Sue again. Woo! Yeah, Sue. Yes, sir. We like that. Now we're coming up to the 516 Flexo, which is a two-color Flexo. It prints, it cuts, it slices, it dices. It's like the Vegematic. No, just kidding. Then we have Ruben Ramos, assistant operator, operating the automatic feeder, stack feeder. Then we have Ruben, another dedicated Weyerhaeuser worker. Comes in here every day, works for his living. So let's interview Ruben and see what he has to say. Hey Ruben, how many years do you have here at Weyerhaeuser? How many years do you have here at Weyerhaeuser? 23 years. What are your plans for the future now that Weyerhaeuser Colton's closing the doors?
I'll just stay at my ears, see what happens.
Then we have Robert Crosno, who is the acting operator for the Flexo today. Moving up on him. Hey, Crosno, how many years do you have here at Weyerhaeuser? 9. What are your plans for the future now that Weyerhaeuser's closing the doors? Here, he isn't sure yet. Well, that's the view a lot of people at Weyerhaeuser are taking at this point. Kind of stuck in limbo, not sure where to go, including myself. So let's take a look at the process. The board enters at this point on the automatic feeder, Simon's feeder, enters into the machine. Then we have the different print sections. We have the first print section. section. And the board comes on there, falls into this belt. Board is taken along this belt, but at this point it's no longer a board. It is printed on, folded, and is actually a box at this point. You can see it coming down. Yeah, the board is folded as it comes down the rail section. And it comes down here into the compression section. Goes on down to the compression section, makes a right-hand turn. Let's pick it up over there. Now we're looking at the compression section from the other side. The board comes down, drops onto this belt, and goes on to be strapped into bundles. Runs down into the kicker section. There's a kicker that comes up, pulls all the boards, all the boxes together. You'll see it in a short time. Seconds, there's the kicker, comes up, kicks the board into the bundle. There's the kicker. There you see how it kicks all the boxes up into bundles. The bundles come across this belt-driven conveyor. Then move down the conveyor where they are greeted by Nick Martinez. Nick Martinez has spent a lot of years here at Weyerhaeuser. Used to work on the 511, but as we all know, the 511 has been moved out and taken to Anaheim. There we have Nick working hard. We'll move up and interview Nick. Hey Nick, how's it going? How's it going?
All right.
Hey Nick, how many years do you have working here at Weyerhaeuser? How many years do you have working here at Weyerhaeuser? 18 hard-working years. What are your plans for the future now that they're closing the doors? There he is. That's the load former. Take it easy, Nick. There's the load former where the bundles are slid across that metal plate to make a tier. And once the tier is completed, which it will be in a short while, we just fold this last bundle down the conveyor onto the ball rollers. Once it is put on there, see how that process works. Load formers up, down, and that is that. Then when it continues, then we have a tri-wall working coming across from the other side. He's walking over to the starch area. I just thought I'd throw that cannon. Here we're taking another look at the plant from beside the 516. This is the location of the old 511 that has been removed and taken to Anaheim. It was in that area, and no longer is. That's all that's left of the 511. The old corner. Oh, that wasn't even used either. I'm sorry. Then we're taking a look at our conveyor system. As you can see, there are them yellow sections of metal that you see are indicators of spur line conveyors that come off of each machine. Once they come off the spur line, the loads move on down the conveyor where they meet the mainline conveyor, which is this one here. The mainline conveyor, we move on down the mainline conveyor up to that point and make a left turn on into the unitizer. We're taking a look at the process of how they are moved from the spur line onto the mainline on. Once it is pushed fully onto the mainline conveyor, the electronic eye senses that, and the mainline conveyor is turned back on at that point. Here we'll take one last look at the 516 in all its greatness. This machine at one time put out thousands of boxes for 8-hour shifts. As a matter of fact, let's ask Bob Krosno. Kind of busy at this point, so I don't want to interrupt him. Let's wait till he's finished and we'll ask him. Hey Robert, I'd like to know how many boxes this machine used to put out in an 8-hour shift. Anywhere from 25 to 35, 40. 35. What's the maximum amount of sheets fed through this box during a shift? Maximum amount? Yeah, you have fed, yeah. Around 80,000. 80,000. That just shows you the capability of this machine and this man once had, meaning that the capability has been slowed down due to the fact of the automation of the machine. But during the earlier days when everything was fed by hand, this machine actually fed 80,000 sheets. And let me tell you people, that is a lot of sheets and a lot of work. Okay, here we are again, ready to roll. Let's move down and follow the process forward as it moves down the conveyor, runs into the turntable, which is located behind the two red stands over there. The loads move on down the conveyor, and let's follow it down to the unitizer. There we have Kathy West, who runs the unitizer on day shift. Pretty busy today. Let's move up a little closer and ask her a few questions. Kathy, how many years do you have here at Weyerhaeuser? 11 years. What are your plans now that Weyerhaeuser Colton's closing the doors? Stay home.
Have vacation.
Have vacation. And I don't know if this is a secret or not, but Kathy's getting married to George. So I want to congratulate her on that. That's a major move. I think it's a good move on her and George's part. But let's move on down and look at the process that's done at the unitizer. The loads move on down the conveyor. Then they run into this area, which is the straightener, which straightens the bundles, kind of pushes them towards the center of the conveyor, enabling them to move on down to the signal unitizer. It's all pretty much automated and taking care of itself, except for when the loads need to be topped off. What I mean by topped off is that piece of board there is called, referred to as dunnage, and it's put on top of the load in order to protect it from the bands which hold the loads together. Everything is automated and controlled by electronic eyes. You can see one there on the corner of the platen of the unitizer. There in the distance we see Tony walking off. We'll go interview her a little later on. But we're up on top of the platform looking down at the operation here. And I'll call Kathy over and maybe we can see how this is done. So here we have Kathy West back on the job here controlling the control panel. She's going to give us a demonstration on how exactly the unitizer works. There, as you can see, the platen comes down, rests on top of the load, compresses them somewhat. The strap is then fed around the guides, straps
sealed. Loads move on, and the next load comes forward. We'll watch one more. Comes down, compresses, strap goes around. And that's done. What's that? Okay, we're gonna follow that load down. You can see that there are quite a few controls, and it takes some experience to know exactly what you're doing. Okay, here is a different angle of the mainline conveyor. It's actually the very end of the conveyor, as you can see there. Just to give you an idea of what exactly happens to the loads after being strapped at the unitizer. They are run down to this end of the conveyor, mainline conveyor, then kicked off with a kicker onto another spur line conveyor. It's actually a removal conveyor, and they are at downgrade in order for them to roll freely to the end, where they stop and come to rest until a driver comes and removes them from the line. Our driver today is Joe Barber. We'll be talking to him shortly. And here comes Joe now. As it builds up, loads are then removed and put in their proper place. We'll just take a stroll down this area, see exactly what Joe does as a mainline conveyor driver, a line driver. Comes down this area, and this time he is storing them halfway down the aisle. And there they will stay until they're ready to be shipped off, or sometimes there's a third stage, which is cascading. That's not done today. There's Joe. Let's see if we can stop him for sure. Well, hey Joe! Across this side. Hey Joe, hey, how many years you got here at Weyerhaeuser?
34 years.
34 years. What are your plans for the future now that Weyerhaeuser Colton's closing the doors?
Kicking back. I don't know what I'm going to do.
Well, kicking back sounds good. Here's Joe working hard. Good guy, Joe. And that's one of the cleanest forklifts you'll find in the Colton division. That man keeps that lift clean. I should know. There's another driver, Fred Salcedo. He's driving the corrugator today. Let's see if we can get a few words in with him today. Hey, Fred! He's driving the corrugator. Just did a favor bringing over some dunnage for Cafe West. Hey, Fred! How many years you got here at Weyerhaeuser?
What?
How many years you got here working at Weyerhaeuser? 25 years. What are your plans for the future now that Weyerhaeuser Colton's closing the doors?
I'm working for somebody else.
You're going to work for somebody else. Doing what, Freddie?
No.
But don't be surprised if you find him on Mount Vernon as a pimp, because he's pretty well known with the women. All right. Rosarito, huh?
Right.
Rosarito. See you there, Fred.
Mexico, where I'm on.
All right. Talk to you later.
Just outside the door is the Cascader building. It's located away from the main building due to the fact that there's hot wax, and it is a code violation to keep cascaded operations inside with the other operations. Here we have one of the tri-wall drivers. And that was Danny Mejia we seen drive by so erratically there. So let's move on out into the daylight. And shortly we'll be over at the Cascader building, interviewing the personnel. Entrance of the Cascader building. This is the only third stage machinery we have in the plant. There's Wayne Bright, working hard, cleaning up, keeping things nice and clean so nobody gets hurt in this area. Hey Wayne, how many years you got here at Weyerhaeuser? Oh, he's got his earplugs on, for one. Wayne, how many years you got working here at Weyerhaeuser? 1 year. And he looks kind of, yeah, he doesn't look too well today. Okay, you can see the building is in need of some work. This is the actual Cascader. They're shut down at this point. But what happens in here is that the boxes are fed into the machine there. That's the entranceway, and the door's closed at this time. We'll take a look at it in a short while. First, let's interview Danny Mejia, who is the driver for the Cascader. Hey Danny! How's it going? How's it going today?
Hard.
Hey, how many years you got here at Weyerhaeuser? 22 years. Hold on. So what are your plans for the future now that Weyerhaeuser Colton's closing the doors?
Tired. Open up my own boxes. Come and have your beer on me when we open up.
Okay, you hear that? We're all invited over to Danny's place once he opens up his new bar. It'll probably be called Danny's place if I'm not mistaken. There he is, working hard, 22 years, and still going strong. We'll get back here to the manufacturing operation. And there we have today's operator of the day shift, Cascader, Steve McDougall. Otherwise, Boxhead, known as Boxhead. No, that's not true. Sue Harrison. I promise I'd take her out if she'd let me borrow it. No, I'm just kidding. But what I want to do here is open up the door and kind of give you an inside look at the operation of the Cascader. See, the boxes are fed, put on this table and fed on that conveyor that is chain conveyor that is moving. The boxes move slowly through the machine underneath that cascading wax, which impregnates the board and allows the board to be used for produce products. Then we catch the tail end of the last order that was just grand, moving down slowly but surely. We'll pick it up at the other end and interview some of the people on that. It was just pointed out to me that most of this wax that we purchased is brought in from Iraq. So there is some shortage or a price increase that we will be looking at in the future. I think that's why we're going to go bond so we can get our wax for free. Just kidding, folks. Here we have the tail off section, and we see the tail end of that order that they just ran, Bonnie packed. If you recall earlier, it was coming off the Flexo, and now it's here at the cascading department. And there we have Juan Valdez. No, that's not Juan Valdez. That's John. How's it going today, John?
Sucks.
Oh, he said it sucks, people. But Arthur. No, his real name is Dudley Moore.
Arthur, I've been gone for a day, and it's great to be back.
So, what are you doing after the Super Bowl, John? I mean, after Weyerhaeuser closes his doors here.
future? Any plans for the future, John? He has no plans. Here, I'm hitting the stop button, so I'll record it so you'll know John didn't do it. We're only going to take a few minutes there. How many years you been with Weyerhaeuser? A year and still going great. Okay, let's move on, since he's being kind of candid today. And there we have Stanley Salcedo, who is carrying a different attitude as opposed to John's. Well, how's it going, Stan? How's it going today? How many years do you have here with Weyerhaeuser?
How long have you been here?
How long have you been working for Weyerhaeuser?
I put my name here.
3 years. What are your plans for the future now that Weyerhaeuser Colton's closing the doors?
Go to Disneyland.
He's going to Disneyland. Getting back to the process there, when the boards come off the tail end of the machine, they are stacked in a corner stacker, pushed on through the hand-mount strapper. They move up the belt conveyor, around the horseshoe conveyor, down to Stanley where he stacks them on, sell it, move down the spur-line conveyor, and down into the unitizer. Hey, Stan, no, that's Wayne. Wayne, do you have any new, Wayne, who is the father of a brand new bouncing baby boy, seems to be a little distressed today. I don't know, maybe it's because he hasn't got any, because he's working hard. But here, swinging to the right, I'll show you the location of the old Cascader, which was located in this area and is no longer here. As you can see, we have plenty of space, and it was there. And they shipped Arnold Garcia to Anaheim with a machine. No, just kidding, folks. He's in Mexico. Swinging back around, you can see the years of buildup of wax that has coated the inside of this building. And we move on down where there we have the rest area for the Cascader crew. And Danny Mejia, who is the driver, is also the unitizer operator, now that they have cut down on operations out here in the Cascader. But that's how it is here, folks. This 23rd day of August, 1:13 p.m. And as you can see, it's teamwork out here in the Cascader. Everybody pulls together to make sure that the operation goes smoothly. Always has been that way. Never no problems out here. So let's move on down and see what we got. So this, folks, is the tail end of the operation where everything comes out and is or should be completely finished. From this point, it is put in the holding yard until it is ready to be shipped out to our customers as needed or requested. And this was once packed full of finished stock, which, as you can see now, has been cut down to almost nothing. But this whole operation wouldn't have been able to have taken place without our maintenance crew. So we'll be interviewing our maintenance crew in a short while, and in between here and there, we'll take a few candid shots of some of the employees at Weyerhaeuser inside the main building. Moving up, back to there's Ruben, moving back into the unitizer area because we did miss one employee. There she is, Tony. Let's sneak up behind her, folks. See what she has to say. I wonder where she's going. Not the foreman's office. Couldn't be going to the foreman's office. Maybe she is.
willing to talk to us right now, so we'll move on down, see what's happening at the foreman. Here we are entering the supervisor's office. There's Harold Lewis inside working hard. And we'll just take a look at some of the operations that takes place here at Weyerhaeuser. There's Danny Rozzo, making sure everything's running smoothly. How's it going, Danny? How many years you have here at Weyerhaeuser?
25.
25 years. What are your plans for the future now that Weyerhaeuser Colton's closing the doors?
I want to be a bum.
It's going to be a bum.
A transit. One of the homeless. Yeah. Needs a work sign. I got my sign ready. We'll work for food.
And this is kind of the inside of the foreman's office. You can take a look, see what it appears like to you. Let's take a look into the back room, which most people have. And this is kind of what it looks like. For those of you who haven't seen back here, we have the computer room. It's all air conditioned, pretty nice. Many people haven't seen the inside of this room. And there is the desk of all the different foremen and supervisors that work in this area.
One shift, Tony. So far. Saturday.
There's Tony, who doesn't want to be recorded, but I guess has a problem with having her picture taken. So we'll move on down and interview some of the other people that wear. There, folks, is the entrance way to the maintenance shop, maintenance area where everything is repaired, taken care of, or there we have some of the machinery that is used. And we'll move on down and hopefully find somebody that is available to speak with us. Here we have the maintenance office. We're looking at some of the different offices here in the maintenance shop. We have to be quiet because Norma's on the phone, but I'm sure she's taking care of business. There she is, seriously at work.
Oh, Henry, get out of here. Are you still doing that?
It's August 23rd.
You're not really taking a picture, are you?
Yeah, I am. August 23rd, 10 till 10. Weyerhaeuser maintenance office. Probably the last picture Norma will ever have.
Is that one of those you can play back instantly?
Yep. And here we have a picture of Bill Carr, hard at work. In charge for the week. Well, Mr. Wiz has gone to Little Rock, Arkansas. Is that where he's at?
White Bear Falls.
Arkansas.
No, he's in Minnesota.
White Bear Falls and White Bear Lake in Kansas.
Minnesota.
Minnesota. Looking for Auntie M. Still am.
Aren't you tired of listening to yourself?
Yeah, I do get tired.
Oh, what?
Okay. We'll see you later, Norma. Here's the electric shop. And yes, hey, we have a few maintenance men in there. So let's go inside the maintenance shop, or the electric shop, and speak to Wyman Smith. There we go. There's Wyman Smith. Back to the maintenance shop during break time. Hey, Wyman, how's it going?
Pretty good, pretty good.
How many years you have here at Weyerhaeuser?
18.
18 hard-working years. What are your plans for the future now that Weyerhaeuser Colton's closing the doors?
I'm going to rest for like 9 months.
That sounds like a plan to me.
Then I'm going to retire.
Good plan at that. Let's see, let's swing around here and take a look at this area. There we find Bill Carr. How's it going, Bill?
Great, Henry, great.
What are your plans for the future, Bill?
Sexology.
And how many years do you have here at Weyerhaeuser? 19 years. A lot of years.
You got a tape in that thing?
Yeah, we're rolling.
Is it?
Yeah.
How can you tell when it's working?
I can tell on the inside. You have anything to say to Walt Arlo now that he's here, or you say in behalf of Walt Arlo?
I'd rather talk to his wife personally.
Here, I'm all for that. So let's move on down and see if we can get a few candid shots of some other Weyerhaeuser employees. Where else can we get some candid shots of Weyerhaeuser employees? Well, here at the VIP room during break time. Let's move on in and see what everybody's doing. Here we have all the Weyerhaeuser employees relaxing during break. There's the Cascader crew, the Flexo crew, the Laminator crew, Corrugator, Auger. They're all here, folks. See, the only one we haven't interviewed are them two there in the back of the room. There we got Ralph Marone. How's it going, Ralph? We haven't had a chance to see his section.
Everything is all quiet out.
Yeah. How many years you got here at Weyerhaeuser, Ralph?
40.
So, what are your plans for the future now that Weyerhaeuser is closing the doors?
What I'm going to do when I return, I'm going to go down and sit down over there now. Magic and eat apples.
Eat apples. How many years do you have here at Weyerhaeuser, Jim? 29 years. And what are your plans for the future? He's going to work for Stone.
Good for you. Going to finish his retirement.
You want to remember, you better call him by his right name, the bitch. Nobody will recognize him.
Well, there's one man I should say leaves no stone unturned.
That's only because he's a bitch.
Now Joe Barber says, no, he already interviewed me. I got interviewed him.
We got Bernie here. We haven't had a chance to talk to Bernie. How's it going, Bernie?
He's always eating. Don't bother him while he's eating.
The glare's going to get the thing. You know, you got to put that thing.
For the glare.
Yeah. What are your plans for the future, Bernie? Day to day. How many years do you have here at Weyerhaeuser?
Don't call me daddy.
36 years.
Yeah, I had a daddy because you told him me casaba. And I'm older than he is.
And you just leaving the table with the ancient people. No, daddy. What a daddy.
Here's the
Oh, this thing? Right here you have over 400 years, about 110, 120 years. About 400 years. And everybody's got the face to show it.
Gray hair.
Gray hair.
What are your plans for the future, Jake?
Receding forehead.
No, you gotta go to work for Burhub. Doing that. He's gonna be a gardener.
All right, we'll talk to these guys later. For now, we're going to move on and interview a few more people.
Looking for Robin. He's sucking up some.
There he is, James, wishing that Mountain Dew was a Budweiser.
This will be one more, then I'm out of here tomorrow.
That's it for James, end of the line. Feels like Johnny Cash, end of the line. There we go. Man who makes money here at Weyerhaeuser. There we got Felix Guzman, whose machine has been removed from Weyerhaeuser and taken to Anaheim too. Dedicated Weyerhaeuser worker. Hey Felix, how many years do you have working for Weyerhaeuser? 6 years. 6 years. What are your plans for the future, Felix?
It's up in the air.
It's up in the air.
Like everybody else. One day at a time.
There you go.
Hard-working man, that Phoenix Food man. A.K.A. Bubba. There you go. Here we are in the shipping office. Look at some of the girls doing their daily operations. Hard at work. On the phone. You don't want to talk loud and disturb them. There's Tammy working hard at her desk.
Okay, this is more simple. All I did was put in 2.
And here we go, some of the production planning operations. Everybody's hard at work. Don't want to disturb them. Okay, let's move on. See, now we're moving up into the main offices. We're going to have to be kind of quiet because I'm sure everybody's working up there. But I want to get a final look. Opening the door. Some people are out to lunch. This is what it looks like in the main office for those of you who've never been up front. Hey, who do we have here? Got Jojo and Joe Quiones, part of the Cascader crew.
One more week left and bon voyage and a reproducer.
How many years do you have working for Weyerhaeuser, Joe?
4 years.
4 years. And you, Joe?
One big one.
One big one. What are your plans for the future now that Weyerhaeuser's closing their doors?
Hit the beach.
Hit the beach. Sounds like a good idea.
Go jet skiing and volleyball.
How about Hawaii?
I'm there too.
Sounds great. How about you, Joe?
Taking a vacation for the rest of the year and go out and see what's happening afterwards. Not really in a hurry for anything.
Sounds good. What are you guys up to today?
Taking it easy.
Get that swimming.
Are you guys working today?
Out of work.
Joe Mendez,
That's me.
and you haven't filled out your paperwork yet.
What paperwork's that?
That's your severance. You get your severance check.
Oh no, that one I'm gonna fill out this Thursday. I just came for the
So
one.
let's move on since they're conducting some business there. Then we have Diana hard at work.
Filming. You're supposed to be here tomorrow to fill out the...
Yeah, I'm gonna come in 2:30 for that. Yeah, that's it.
What are your plans for the future now that Weyerhaeuser's closing the doors?
I'm going to retire. No, I don't know. Don't know. Wait, see what... Harold Lewis, call extension 34.
Okay, let's move on.
Lewis, call extension 34.
This is what it looks like, folks, for those of you who've never been up here. There's Susie Brown.
You just dialed the same time. Hi,
Hard at work. Let's see if we can disturb her just for a short while. How's it going, Susie?
What are you doing?
I'm just...
Video man?
Yeah, I'm just kind of taking some pictures so for those people who want copies, you know.
Yeah.
So, what does the future look like for you, Susie?
What does the future look like? Right now, I'm not sure. Hopefully, I'll be working in Anaheim. How about you?
That's great. I'm going to be following a construction business.
Oh, well, that's good. Good luck to you.
And how many years do you have here at Weyerhaeuser?
25.
25 years.
15 in Colton. And sad to see it closing.
Yep. Most of us are.
Yeah, that's true.
All right.
Good luck.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye. We'll see y'all.
All right.
They were working hard. Yes, sure, you're working hard.
I bet you were drinking a Coke.
No. Now we're inside the TMC room. This is where all the important meetings were held. Safety meetings, production meetings, foreman's meetings. As you all remember it. So, coming to a close here. It's been nice working with all of you. Here, let's turn this around and do it this way. I don't know how this is going to come out, but it's been nice working with all of you. And it's been a lot of hard work, a lot of fun, a lot of hard times. So that's it, folks. back where we all started. That's kind of a look at what it was. And how it is. Well, it's been great working with everybody, I'm sure, and it's kind of sad, but life goes on.